Have you ever seen a vehicle so worn out it looks like it escaped from a scrapyard? Yet somehow it's still driving? Today, we're taking a look at some of the toughest, most battle-scarred vehicles still operating across parts of Africa. These machines have survived decades of punishment, extreme roads, and constant improvisation. They may look finished, but they refuse to quit. Let's begin. 1. The 80-year road veteran. Some machines fade with time. This one refuses to. Decades after it was first purchased, this Nigerian truck still works as if retirement was never an option. The paint has vanished, the shine is gone, and many original parts have been replaced. But its determination remains untouched. The dashboard is barely recognizable. Gauges are missing. Panels don't line up. Exposed wires sit where polished surfaces once existed. There are no modern systems here, just a steering wheel, a gear lever, and years of experience etched into metal. When the engine starts, it doesn't purr smoothly. It growls with age. The sound is rough, heavy, and unapologetic. But it runs. Nearly every bolt has been replaced. Welded seams trace its body like scars of survival. Over the years, mechanics have kept it alive using whatever parts they could find, transforming it from factory-made to community-built. On uneven roads, it moves steadily, carrying heavy loads without complaint. The suspension creaks, the frame vibrates, yet it keeps pushing forward. To some, it looks like scrap metal. To those who depend on it, it's reliable transportation that has outlived generations. This isn't just an old truck. It's proof that real durability isn't about looking new. It's about refusing to stop. 2. The overloaded balancing act. At first glance, this vehicle looks ready to collapse. The frame bends under pressure, and the body panels sag unevenly. Instead of cargo neatly secured in the back, everything is stacked toward the center in a way that defies logic. Yet somehow it works. Wooden compartments hang awkwardly from the sides. The chassis appears permanently exhausted after years of carrying heavy loads. The doors barely function, and the structure seems held together more by determination than engineering. Every bump sends shockwaves through the body. Each turn feels like a careful negotiation between gravity and balance. You expect something to snap. You expect it to tip, but it doesn't. The driver moves forward calmly, relying on experience rather than fear. Over time, reinforcement bars have been added, panels welded again and again. Nothing matches anymore. It's no longer the vehicle that left the factory. It's a workhorse rebuilt by necessity. From a distance, it looks defeated. Up close, it's still doing its job. It may not win any design awards, but it accomplishes its mission, carrying heavy loads from one place to another. In the end, this battered carrier proves that function can matter far more than appearance. 3. The wire start Nissan. This Nissan wears its age openly. Rust covers most of the exterior, turning what was once smooth paint into faded metal. Inside, the dashboard is stripped down, exposing wires and aging components never meant to be visible. But the real surprise comes when it's time to start the engine. There's no key. Instead, two wires are carefully touched together. A small spark. A brief pause. Then the engine roars to life. The original fuel tank is gone, replaced by a plastic jerry can feeding the engine. It may look temporary, but it's clearly been that way for a long time. Every adjustment reflects resourcefulness rather than replacement. The seats are worn, the pedals faded, the steering wheel polished by years of use. This car has traveled far, very far. Despite its rough condition, it still drives with purpose. 4. The no windshield ghost. Driving in the rain without a windshield sounds impossible. For this vehicle, it's normal. The entire front glass is gone, leaving an open frame that exposes the driver to wind, dust, and heavy storms. When it rains, there's no protection, only resilience. Everything comes along for the ride. By any standard, it should have retired long ago. But instead, it shows up every day, still rolling forward. It may look like a ghost of its former self, but it refuses to disappear. 5. The bus that won't retire. This bus has endured years of relentless service. Its paint has faded beyond recognition, replaced by rust and scars from constant use. The door barely functions, sometimes appearing to move independently rather than as part of the vehicle. The frame rattles. The windows shake. Every start of the engine sounds like effort, but it runs. Passengers still climb aboard. The seats, though worn, still carry weight. The suspension groans under pressure, yet it holds. Repairs are visible everywhere. Patched metal, reinforced hinges, welded joints. Nothing is original anymore. Each fix tells a story of keeping it alive just a little longer. When it drives, the entire structure vibrates. Yet despite the noise and movement, it continues to fulfill its purpose, transporting people from one place to another. It may not be comfortable, it may not be pretty, but it remains dependable. This bus refuses retirement, and as long as the engine starts each morning, its journey continues. 6. The open-air pickup. No windshield. No side windows. Just open air and exposed metal. This old pickup offers what could be called natural air conditioning. Wind flows freely through the cabin, whether invited or not. Rain joins the ride without hesitation. The body shows decades of wear. Panels are dented. Paint is nearly gone. Rust spreads freely across the surface. Inside, simplicity dominates. No electronics, no digital displays. Just the basics required to move. Despite everything missing, the engine still performs its duty. It accelerates steadily, carries cargo reliably, and navigates rough terrain without complaint. Comfort is absent, but functionality remains. It's not a luxury vehicle. It's not even aesthetically pleasing. But it does what it was built to do, and sometimes that's enough. 7. The three-wheel survivor. Most vehicles require 4 wheels to function properly. This one disagrees. Missing a tire, it somehow continues to move forward. Balance is delicate. Steering requires precision. Every turn feels risky, but it rolls. The exposed axle and uneven stance make it look incomplete. Yet the driver maneuvers carefully, compensating for what's missing with skill and patience. It shouldn't work, yet it does. This three-wheel survivor challenges expectations, proving that motion is possible even when something essential is gone. 8. The half-car fighter. This vehicle looks like it was cut in half and told to survive anyway. Minimal frame, bare engine, single seat. No unnecessary components. It resembles a post-apocalyptic prototype rather than a functioning automobile. Every acceleration sounds dramatic. Every bump feels exaggerated, yet it moves. The stripped-down structure reduces weight but increases vulnerability. There's no hiding the mechanics. Everything is exposed. It may look incomplete, but it remains operational. Sometimes survival isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. 9. The Madagascar Road Legend. On dangerous roads in Madagascar, this aging truck continues its daily mission. It travels rough terrain accompanied by mechanics ready to intervene at any moment. When parts fail, improvisation steps in. Even fuel systems have been creatively modified using plastic containers. The roads are unforgiving. Mud traps, wheels. Hills test engines. Yet it pushes forward. This truck doesn't conquer terrain easily. It negotiates with it. Every climb is a victory, every kilometer earned. It may be old, but it refuses surrender. 10. The barrel fighter. This final truck appears locked in constant struggle. One wheel spins wildly while the rest of the vehicle seems frozen. The body leans, the engine strains. Movement comes slowly, but it comes. Each meter forward feels earned. Each acceleration sounds like defiance. It may look exhausted, but it hasn't given up. And sometimes, that's the most impressive feature of all. These vehicles may not win awards. They may never see a showroom again, but they prove something powerful. With creativity, determination, and resilience, almost anything can keep moving. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of unstoppable machines, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more unbelievable stories from the road. See you in the next one.